Hi students, welcome to lesson number 2, Administrative Theory, Concepts, Significance and Importance. Objectives. After studying this lesson, you will be able to understand the origin and concepts of administrative theory, to identify the need, significance and importance of administrative theory. Introduction. Public administration is an integral part of human life and society. Its importance is fundamental in both developed and developing countries. Public administration as a specialized discipline and recognizes in the academic field. It deals essentially with the principles of administration, administrative machinery and procedures of government, as these are used in the effective performance of governmental activities. The importance of public administration has enormously increased with intensification in states' activities. The modern state has undertaken the new role to accelerate of economic and social change, as well as the prime mover and stimulator of national development. With this change, in ends of that modern state, the purpose of public administration have also assumed different dimensions and orientations. Its functions have tremendously increased in the number and variety and complexity. Its methodology has grown from trial and error stage and orderly discipline with an organized over increasing body of knowledge and experience. According to Nicholas Henry, the purpose of public administration is to promote a superior understanding of government and its relationship with society, as well as it governs to encourage public policies more responsive to social needs and to institute managerial practices attendant to effectiveness, efficiency and deeper human requisites of the citizenry. Public administration is a part of the wider field of administration, provides itself to two usages. It is an activity and it also refers to the discipline of intellectual inquiry and study. In simple, public administration is a combination of theory and practice. Theory is a body of related principles dealing systematically with subject. Its task is to tie together significant knowledge to give it a framework. Administration thoughts as old as society begin to attract attention as an activity and as an intellectual discipline only since the later part of 19th century. The complex nature of the modern state resulted in an enormous expansion of the functions of government. Such expansion generated a compulsive need for an in-depth study and comprehensive research into various aspects of the administrative phenomenon. The seminal contribution of academics and practitioners to the development of various facets of administration, dissemination of knowledge pertaining to it caused the germination of various theories, and particularly significant ones are permanently impressed in the saga of administrative development. Origin and concepts of theory. The term theory is derived from Greek word quipix, meaning theoria, which means looking at or contemplating or speculating. The term theory evokes ambivalent responses. It is highly speculative, far removed from reality, and it is scientific explanation of the phenomenon. Theory represents a systematic explanation of causal factors and their fusion within a conceptual framework involved within an organism. It is concise presentation of fact and a logical setup of assumption from which empirical laws or principles can be derived. Theory is based on logical reasoning and consists of a set of principles and generalizations which present universal truths. These may initially constitute testable hypotheses which in different situations may prove to be true or untrue when tested. Other get incorporated into the theory. It is patterning of logical construct or interrelated symbolic concepts into which the known facts regarding the phenomenon or theoretical domain may be fitted. Theory has three important characteristics. 1. It consists of a set of propositions. 2. These propositions are interrelated. And third, some of these propositions can be empirically tested. A proposition is statement about the relationship between two or more concepts. The structure of the theory consists of certain elements are built one upon the other, form a deductive system of reasoning. These elements are expectations or assumptions, and they form logical frame for the experimental system and define the basic notions about the system. Such conceptual abstract model is simpler than real world and contain only the forces that the theory asserts to be important. Development of a theory should be in consonance with adoption of scientific approach to analyze and understand a particular phenomenon. Theory, like science, must conform to the criteria of objectivity, reliability, and comprehensiveness. Developing a theory is important for more than one reason. 1. It provides a perspective to the reality. 2. It stimulates new visions from familiar scenes. Third, it constitutes a base for further theorizing and aids in the prediction. Theory acts as a guide to action, to collect facts, to explore the new knowledge, and to explain the phenomenon, that is, being examined. It aids in the identification and clarification of problems. Theories help us to understand the working of organizations. Theories help us to understand, predict, influence, or manage the future. What is good theory? This is the question that is always raised by the academics and others. To judge this, whether a theory is good or not so good. A good theory should have some characteristics. These are: 1. It should contribute to the goals of science. 2. It should be clearly delineate the domain of the discipline. 3rd, it should direct research efforts to important matters. 4th, it should have potential for yielding not just a few isolated facts, but powerful explanation and prediction across the whole domain. 5th one, it should be testable reality. 6th, it should not only be confirmed by research derived from it, but should also be logically consistent within itself and with other known facts. Theory provides an organized and substantiated plan or reasoning about phenomenon and their interrelations. It provides a systematic method for conducting social research and leads to knowledge discovery. Administrative theory. Administration, though as old as society, began to attract attention as an activity and as an intellectual discipline only since the later part of 19th century. The complex nature of the modern state resulted into massive expansion of the functions of the government. Such expansion generated a compulsive need for an in-depth study and comprehensive research into various aspects of administrative phenomenon. The seminal contribution of academics and practitioners to the development of various facets of administration and dissemination of knowledge pertaining to it caused the germination of various theories, and some particularly significant ones are prominently etched in the saga of administrative development. Administrative theory has been foundation of all levels of progress and advancement in human civilization in carrying out public activities, organization and management practices in collective or public setting are certainly as old as civilization, and significant charges in those practices tend to accompany historical shifts in the mass scale social organization and operation. Theory is important to bring order and system into chaotic world of public organizations which serve the public by delivering goods and services. It is assumed that the readers of public administration understand that the delivery of goods and services by government has become a part of government services for social welfare. They include social and physical infrastructures to the public. The social infrastructure includes education, water, sanitation, health and so on. While the physical infrastructure comprising with the bridges, roads, dams, urban development, housing and so on. Both social and physical infrastructures lead to the socio-economic progress of the society. The concepts of public administration, which have been proposed by different administrative thinkers to help in achieving them, however, they have evolved. The initial stage views and ideas of Oriental thought, the separation of politics and administration, principles of organization, the pyramidal hierarchy agencies and scientific methods to maximize productivity, efficiency, bureaucratic approach, etc. Thereafter, developed social system school, socio-psychological approaches, administrative behavior, organizational humanism, comparative and development thoughts, new public administration, new public management and public choice theories, good governance, etc. The present public administration has adapted newer hypotheses like critical theory, new public service, postmodernism, discourse between the participants reputing the hyper reality created by the mass media, which is perceived by the citizens are real and rejecting the systems and structure. The role of officials, public servants and elected representatives have also transformed from being a centralized position of power to performing their duties and services. The citizens were considered as a unintelligent beings that could not understand government's decision and policies and were not consulted or included in the process, which as a natural consequences resulted in frustration and resistance. Public administration is the action part of government for the fulfillment of objectives of the political system. The machinery of government and their functioning have attracted the attention of scholars since the time of recorded history. Kautilya's Arthashastra, Aristotle's Politics and Machiavelli's The Prince are important contributions to both political and administrative issues and ideas. The functions of public administration called upon to perform everywhere have not only expanded in scale, range and nature, but also increasing in volume. Dynamic nature of society and complex nature of governmental activities make it difficult for the public administrators to understand and realize their goals. There is a need for a broader understanding of the administrative phenomenon in its totality. One of the reasons for the failure of the administrator is to realize is a goals and inadequate understanding of the administrative theory. Theory building in public administration is not an easy task, as there are various public organizations, administrative structures and processes. The nature of the state, social relations, political culture, etc. heavily influences the working of all public organizations. Any public administration theory that does not take this into consideration, these factors would analyze the administrative phenomenon only partially. In such a case, scientific validity of such a generalization would be doubtful. Therefore, there is a need for a broader and a deeper understanding of administrative theory, which would help the administrator to fashion the administration as per societal requirements and enable him to manage the administrative system as effectively and efficiently. Administration theory is significant in understanding the trends in public organizations and agencies, the principles that govern them, the goods and services that they have to deliver, the importance of public opinion and what participation in public and decision making that affects them, presentation of fact to counter the hyper reality created by the mass media, television channels and print media, the making decisions aware of the issues and that matters to them, to working out ways to resolve them. Administrative theory will help the administrator to conceive proper reasoning and sound arguments. Administrative theory will add to the administrator as richness of his mind. It adds to his ability to comprehend the phenomena and provides self-confidence. Administrative theory educates the administrators scientifically, as the theory is conceptualization of experience. It helps the executive in identifying major policy areas, preparing major policy proposals, analyzing various alternatives and solutions, and dividing the major policies into sub policies. Conclusion: theory is a body of related principles dealing systematically with a subject. It is a concise presentation of facts and a logical set of the assumptions from which empirical laws or principles can be derived. Therefore, theory building becomes a very important for the growth and development of any discipline. Public administration is no exemption. Administrative theory will help the administrator to conceive proper reasoning and sound arguments. It educates the administrators scientifically, as theory is conceptualization of experience.